It's not fun working this hard. It's not fun looking at these horrors all day. It's not fun knowing you're right and just seeing the evil continue and grow and just get worse and all the people it hurts and just all of it. To have Bernie Madoff out stealing and all the rest of them stealing and have the banks openly looting everything and setting up world government and trumpeting it in every major newspaper saying how great it is. And still have people telling me the New World Order doesn't exist because they were following the pre-programmed brainwashing. I got a bunch of trailers coming out for the Obama deception, some promos, some sneak peeks and things that were supposed to start coming out in the next 2 days. For the film to have its full effect, it needs to do that. But, the establishment, the FBI has a lot of dirty tricks, and they, under their Patriot Act, with their sneak and peek things, they can tell you under federal law that you're not even supposed to tell people what's going on. That's what this country has turned into, is a Soviet dirt pit. They talk about the blacklist for the communists. That's nothing compared to what patriots go through. There are congressional hearings where they show architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth next to Al-Qaeda training videos and say the web has to be shut down. And they're having big Pentagon cybersecurity takeovers of the entire web, and the former head of Homeland Security cybersecurity has resigned, saying it's a total takeover. They admit Northcom and the Pentagon and everything else is for the American people. Tommy Chung tried to put out a film, a.k.a. Tommy Chung, about how they set him up and what they did to him, and they raided the film distribution center when the DVDs came in, and they confiscated them. Now, that blew up in their face. That blew up in their face, and the film went on Showtime and international television. And fortune favors the bold, ladies and gentlemen. But I am sick and tired of the New World Order. I told you that when I took on Obama, this was serious, that I was going up against their biggest, baddest gladiator, and all of the throngs of soulless minions he's got, and those that do have souls but are deceived. And the threats my wife gets, the threats I get, is nothing compared to the snake itself snooping around and trying to shut down what we are doing here. They know the Obama deception is the truth. They know that we understand their agenda. We know how to shatter the left-right paradigm. We know how to beat these people. Our information is going super, total nova right now. And I'm going to tell the enemy, you picked the wrong side with the New World Order, and we're going to take this country back, and the tyrants and the treasonous, lecherous people will be brought to justice through courts of law. Know that. Just like Hitler's Germany, this tyranny will fall probably before it ever gets launched to the level that Hitler was able to carry out. The globalists just do their killing in third world nations with our troops. The Obama deception, ladies and gentlemen, you need to see it. You need to have it. You need to get it out to everyone. And you need to remember that the enemy is scared of it. That Obama has an enemies list, and you can better believe I'm on it. And most of all, everybody needs to pray for what we do here. Pray for this ministry. It is a ministry of truth to the people of the world. A lighthouse in these stormy times. Another way to get the word out is why I have this gentleman on for about 10 minutes, Chess Kane. We were made aware of separately from Chess Kane by ham radio operators and others of the best AM made right here in the U.S. that with the proper antenna goes out 3 miles strong and is FCC legal. It's all civil anyways, FCC civil. It follows the regulations. And if you put up signs in a dense area, you can reach tens of thousands, in rural areas, hundreds. And you just put up signs for the AM, you plug it into the internet, you stream my show, other shows. If my show isn't here, and you get the information out. You get the information out. And someday when there's not even an internet, if they're successful, you can tape the shows, play them back. You can get on the air yourself. That's what you do. You run it 24 hours a day, get an audience, and do your own hour show every day or whatever you want. And it's a powerful tool. Now, when you call up Ches Kane, because I know I've had people to talk to him, he'll try to give you all the technicals. Look, it isn't that hard. You just get the basic equipment, hook it up, plug it into the internet, get going. So I would call Ches Kane, and I would get this system, very inexpensive. I happen to know they're selling it basically at near cost, which I think is a mistake for them. You need to be able to fund your own operation. Trutham.com, trutham.com. Because we then approached the makers of it, and they said, look, we're too busy. We're engineers. We've made scores of products. And then we went out and found folks that were sub-sellers who did want to get them and sell them. So that's why there's a little banner on InfoWars, but this is not a paid interview right now. I have them on because I believe in it. Ches Kane, good to have you on with us, sir. In the dark days of the Republic, this transmitter is what people need, isn't it?
It sure is, and thanks for having me on, Alex. I actually grew up across the other side of the lake from you over there in Dallas.
Lake Ray Hubbard, huh?
Yeah, just right there by Bryan Adams High School. So I know about this. And those callers you had about an hour ago, as discouraging they are, that's the low of the low, and that's what keeps me pulling through this stuff, because there's a lot of good people that are in this trying to make this work. That Red Beckman interview you had a while back, it got me to get his book, The Walls in Our Minds, and it tells the difference between politicians and statesmen, and I decided, I want to be a statesman, and that's why I did this. So the inspiration from that in your Waco video, most people probably haven't seen that one, but it does show what one man can do, and it taught me that I was involved in the neocon side. I was going to school at DeVry when that happened. And I finally woke up to it, and I said, if they can do Waco, anything's possible. Oklahoma City is the easiest one. So let me just tell you what this radio station has done for me in this area. I'm in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 150,000 people. Just last weekend, I played Pat Shannon's Oklahoma City documentary, and I also played one from Chris Emery with a 20-minute clip of yours. And I had maximum listenership. I had calls, I had emails. I want this video. Give me this information. That is waking people up, and I can get it on the air. I figured
this is what one transmitter's doing, but you've also learned how to then have somebody at the edge pick it up with an antenna and put it back out.
Yeah, we like one spot we linked two of them together, and it shoots right up a main street. And I'm putting a video up today that people can actually see me in the car demonstrating that, just so they can see that. Okay, now if you just hook it up and don't do it right, it might go half a mile. But if you hook it up right, put a little energy into it, 3 miles is what I'm told. Well, you're going to get a solid daytime 1 mile coverage if you do it an average. But if you really sit down and do it right and maybe get some help, yes, 3 miles. I have a guy in Omaha that can pick up our Omaha transmitter 3.5 miles away. He recorded it and emailed me the recording back, so that was verified. And it's a FCC certified unit. That means the FCC looked at the unit. The FCC said, yes, this unit, when set at the proper level, will not cause interference. And their statement basically is, if you use one of these units, no one's going to bother you as long as we just don't want to know that you're there. So as long as you don't create a havoc, get in people's face with the darn thing, nobody's going to bother you. So it's, that's what you do with this. You put
these are such micro units too that it's, maybe 1 out of a billion, and then it's FCC approved. So there's no problem. FMs, you go up with 100 watts or something and go out 20, 30 miles,
Correct,
folks keep their mouth shut about that. Nothing really happens. But the point is, this is FCC approved for general use, and you just find a clean, open spot on the dial so there's not interference, the widest spot you can, and then you just put up little paper signs all around the listening area, and it explodes.
Well, here's the neatest thing about it. Since I've put this up, remember how a while back, the people that were involved in the Ron Paul group, they lost steam and they kind of dispersed. Well, this has kind of kept everybody together, and now we've seen eugenics right in our face here in South Dakota. So we've used this system to show people what's going on up here, and now we're writing in the newspapers. People are getting involved. Even one of the state representatives who voted the wrong way, she's now coming out and say Department of...
It's like a match. One little match can burn down the entire forest. Well, what did Thomas Jefferson say? These are good fires. One person can set bushfires in the minds of men that will